Hey superstars. It's tricky because I'm still seeing so many posts about like the dark and the evils and the celebs and the wealthy and the elite and the fame and all that, and it's like unity consciousness includes everyone. Unity consciousness is the darkness within yourself. So if you heal the darkness within yourself, you wouldn't be able to label external people, situations, energies as dark. So say that you alchemized, that you didn't see the world, that there was two sides, that you saw it all as one, that you understood there was perfect duality, that you needed darkness to even observe that there was light, you needed to scrape your knee to observe that your knee could heal, then you wouldn't see it and generate so much, self-generate, should we say, so much anger and judgment on the so-called dark. Because is the cut knee darkness? Because it's pain. But is it really darkness when it can heal? So ask yourselves, seen as you can heal, seen as we have the methods of healing, we have the path, how can you observe and place all your awareness and point the finger at the dark? How can it be so? If you know you've got an antidote, you know there's a remedy, then why is there even a problem with darkness? Surely it's just a choice of if you want to be focusing on the darkness and saying, it's so horrible, it's so evil, I can't believe they're doing this. But then you're sitting there going, well, we do have a path out of it. So if everyone just focused on the path out of it and said, when their knee was scraped, they said, wow, this is amazing, I know that I trust myself, that I can heal. Then you observe that the darkness is just a perception, a distraction to the divinity that is always there. The oneness of the end goal, of pure healing, pure alchemy. This is the difference when you walk the path of awakening, when you walk the spiritual path. The illusion, the veils that are within any ancient text, any spiritual doctrine, it's saying this is the illusion that you're focusing on the trauma being caused rather than your innate birthright, that you're able to heal from it. Therefore, it's like putting a veil in front of you, going, my knee, my knee, my knee, my knee. And someone's like, in a week, it's going to be healed. And that whole week, you're just like, no, my life, my knee, it's just awful. So say that there's like this 2-year period right now where it seems like there's loads of darkness going on, but in 2 years, you just knew it was going to be healed. That's your mission. That's what you're supposed to be doing in these next 2 years. Ignoring the dark, knowing that it's all done, and following the path of ascension, where you manifest what you want by focusing on what you want. But then you actually understand that what you want is already there, and it's only the veil that you're focusing on, the apparent so-called reality in front of you, rather than the future version that you know exists. So it's like observing a cut knee for 2 years, even though deep down your soul, your innate essence, your higher truth, your higher conscious mind knows it's going to heal. Do you see that? It's like keep picking at it so it never heals. So you just keep going, they're bad, they're bad, they're bad, they're bad. And you just keep picking at the scab so it never heals. You go, it's never going to get better. It's never ever going to get better. But if you left it, you focus on the purity, the healing, the strength of your body, it will get better. And sooner. So when I see these posts like, the V and all this kind of stuff, it's like there's a long-term goal. There's a long-term goal of the dark, let's say. There's a long-term goal of the cut knee. And it's to remain cut so that you can either choose to learn. If you keep picking at cuts, they will constantly hurt. They'll get infected. You might have to have your leg amputated at the end of it because you couldn't leave it. You couldn't trust. You couldn't have the faith that your body had all the answers. You didn't have the faith that you weren't put here to suffer. You didn't have that faith. You just wanted to keep looking at it. And that is one paradigm that's going to continue for humans that keep looking at it. It's going to continue. And for anyone on the path of ascension, or you want to know the path of ascension with the microchip and all this kind of stuff, that is happening for whoever just keeps picking at the scab, keeps focusing on the news, keep pointing the fingers at everyone. But the journey is about looking at yourself and saying, if I keep poking the scab, then I'm the one that suffers. If I realise that there's a few people out here, a few million people that are awakened and enjoying their blissful life, accessing their multidimensionality, the fact that that is possible for a small percentage of people means it's possible for everyone. So instead of focusing on apparently the terrible reality that you're in your scab, you focus on the path, you invest in yourself, and you take these awakening programs to be on the other side, where you're like the 2-year wait list, where you're like sit back for 2 years and you're like, cool, I made it happen. I helped everyone else realize that they were just focusing on the scab the whole time. Yeah. So just imagine, rather than thinking, oh my God, what have I got to do in the next 2 years? How am I going to avoid this, avoid that? Yeah, there'll be some things like that. But this reality has to collapse. But you have to do it by ignoring the cut. Because the cut needs to, sometimes, you need to have a cut sometimes. You need to fall down. You need to scrape your knee. Otherwise, you'll never do anything. The collapse of the reality is literally highlighting that. If you never fall down and scrape your knee, you'll never learn to skateboard. You'll never run. You'll never climb a rock. You'll never do anything. And that is the paradigm that wants to keep you controlled. That's the paradigm that's kept humanity enslaved. Focusing on what they shouldn't do, can't do, won't do, don't do, because it's painful. Rather than, what if I did it and it was a little bit painful, but I knew it was worth it because I got to jump off that rock. And now I'm swimming in this ocean of bliss, realizing that I feel fulfilled and that I'm excited and aspirational and inspirational and empowered to do anything I want, because it's not the fear that holds me back anymore. My driving force is that I've walked through the veil. You can't scare me. Yeah. So understand, the stories is the illusion that can scare you, that can make you freeze and go, oh, I'm going to be stuck here forever. But once you see through the veil, you go, oh, fear doesn't scare me anymore, because I understand what I am. And obviously, as you walk the path, you understand you've got a soul. You understand this multidimensional, trippy, psychedelic reality where you're quantum. You are made of energy and space. You're quantum. You're a quantum being. It just gets further and further and further. But I hope that's helped you today. Because anyone, I see a really awakened starseeds and they're still talking about it. And it's just like, anything you place your awareness on, you look into manifestation, law of attraction, quantum physics, anything you place your awareness on means it exists. It's literally like focusing on the wound. You think it's going to heal? The wound wants to just be observed, and then it wants to be have its own time to just be. And for you to say, I really, you know what I'm grateful for? I'm grateful for every time that it wasn't hurt. It's like looking at your whole life when you scrape your knee and going, what's the point of my whole life? I've got this scraped knee now. What is the point? All of it's been leading to this one moment of pain? No. You had 99.99% okayness, and then you focus on that one thing. You know, like if a guy does 9 things good, 1 thing bad, he's like, oh, I'm off it now. I'm off, totally off. Can't believe he said that. It's like, this is what the activation, this is what the higher conscious activation is here for now. It's getting humans to be grateful for 99.99% things they have, instead of focusing on this 0.001. But guess what? The 0.001 is the elite. The whole thing is about that. Understand? Understand? So follow the path. Align to guides that are not saying these things. Now, we're further than that. You're further than that. You're better than that, okay? You're not here to poke the bear, poke the wound, poke the issues. They're not the issues. The issues is that you're focusing on that rather than all the beautiful things in the world right now, and that you're focusing on everything else externally that is not you, that wants you to focus on it, because they want the idea that you're being distracted from what you are. Your reality is only what you place your awareness on. So if you place your awareness fully on yourself, fully on the divine gratitude that you're alive, fully on the expansive, limitless potential that your awareness can have if you're not just focusing on fear and just focusing on a wound, then it's possible. That's the 99.99% of you, and that's the dormant DNA that's within you. What's that? What do they say? 9% dormant DNA? That's the DNA that we're activating right now. The quantum DNA, the etheric DNA within your body. That's what's going on right now. So you're still focusing on the physical, on the external, on the fear, the 0.001, yeah, that apparently are controlling reality. They're not controlling reality. You're placing your awareness on it. Therefore, that's your reality. And that's your choice. The illusion is that they're saying you don't have a choice. That's the illusion. That's the illusion. The whole point is that you're activating your infinite awareness to realize you have infinite choice. Okay? The illusion is that you don't have a choice whether to look at the wound or trust it's all going to heal if you just allowed it its own time. And in that time, you focus on all the other beautiful things. You start your spiritual business, you start helping people, you align to all of your soulmate clients, your dream relationships, your dream life, and you manifest what you want. And you realize none of that mattered. I didn't need to focus on anything to change that, because a broken system does not get healed by trying to fix it. You create new systems. You create new systems. What do you do if you got a cut? You heal your body, you purify your mind, You say how lucky you are. You say, oh, my body is so strong and it heals 10 times faster. And you put ointments and this and that and da-da-da, and keep plaster, keep taking it off, keep looking at it, stop looking at it, yeah? Stop looking at the pain. Trust. Okay? Trust. And I'm releasing my project. Because people need help with this. This unique consciousness is for everything. Like, we are not ascending as one person. You're not ascending as one person. You're ascending with all. We're a human species. I don't ascend if the 144,000 vibration in the majority of humans is alchemized, is embraced, is embodied. I don't. My job is to help humanity, majority, ascend, align to their higher vibrational state, which is the path I've just explained. So that's what's happening, and I know that the next 2 years, they're the choices you'll be making. Okay? They're the choices you'll be making. So I'm releasing my 12 steps. I'm releasing them. My 12 keys. They've got me to this position that you can within a split second. My program is embody your enlightened state in 60 seconds. In 60 seconds. So, okay, this video was 11 minutes. Because if you get this video, this is huge. If you weren't getting it before, you get it now. It's huge. Your whole meaning of your life changed. This is what we mean by opening neural pathways. The whole meaning of your life, if you were still focusing on the dark, in this video could change, and you'd be like, oh my God, I wasn't saying thank you for just being here. Even if there was a bit of pain, I'm just like, I'm still happy to be here. What? Maybe it was a bit of pain. I'm still happy to be here. I'm going to chop my leg off because I've got a little bit of pain. It's all nightmare because I've got a bit of pain. What about it? And this is not discounting that there is deeper pain. But pain is pain, my friend. Pain is you placing your awareness on it instead of the 99.99% of everything else that is available. And even in that one moment, you can observe the pain to say that pain in that instant moment can be transformed and alchemized to a neutral position where you say, I'm glad that pain came because now I appreciate what I had, have, and always will have. The choice in the very moment of now to move my awareness to a higher vibrational state, to a higher conscious state, instead of being sucked into trauma only. Understand? It's so clear, so divine, And that's the path. Unity consciousness is all beings. It's not pointing the finger. It's only pointing the finger here. It's saying I can only project what on others, how I project reality from within. So while I'm saying I'm still victim of pain, while I'm saying I'm still victim of trauma, I'll only be able to see that everywhere. If I say good, liberation, unity, we're all coming together, everything's an opportunity, nothing is obstacle. In this one moment, everything beautiful, everything divine, that's all I can see. Even the supposed darkness. Let's say people manifest illnesses and stuff, and then they just change their life because they're like, I realised I was going to die and I didn't want to die. It's just crazy that you change. That's what human psyche's been like programmed to, only change at that very last moment. So now you're being really squeezed by the dark, really squeezed to say, this is your opportunity to change. This right here, don't get sucked into it even further. This is it. This is legit. Grab it. Be like, I don't want that shit going on in my life. Bam. And what happens in that one moment? Instant gratitude. I'm so glad that they were treating us all so oppressively. Because it activated me to rise, activated me to understand that I was sovereign and want my freedom. That's why there's no pointing the finger. But for those that are teaching in that way of saying they're doing this, they're doing that, understand that the reason that they're saying that is because they know deeper truth, that you are free, you are sovereign. They're not actually angry. But if they're bringing up anger for you, then that's not the way to be guiding. It's not the guide's path. The guide's path is to have the answer, the solution, the resolution at the end. For you to move completely out of anger, completely out of it, completely out of judgment. While you're standing there observing everyone else being, oppressive to you, you are calling yourself a victim. You're just calling yourself a victim straight away. So how can that view be helpful? How can that be? How can that help you in your life? They're so oppressive. That means that you're labeling yourself a victim then. But if you're like, they're so activating me, they're activating my sovereignty, You're already churning that energy inside yourself, activating that leadership quality. So I wanted to jump on and say that today, because I don't usually scroll social media, and I just scrolled and I was like, are there seriously people talking about this? Starseeds is actually talking about this. Like, what? I thought we were there, you know? I'm the leader of this, but I thought that, you know, when it's your normal, when unity is your normal, and you don't see it in other ways, it's shocking. You think it's normal. I think it's normal. And then I kind of devalue what I know, and I forget that that's not normal. It's difficult for me to put myself in someone else's mindset that's still really judgmental and angry and feels oppressed and feels confused, because I'm so focused, so at peace. I so understand with such clarity what is happening right now. Like, untouchable, you know? So I'll be releasing the 12 keys, the 12 key formula that my life's work has been leading to just bring you into this state in 60 seconds. So that's being released.